This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 32, Shared Soup.
I mean, other than that, I've always just had a like for magical items ever since I was a kid.
I've noticed that a little bit.
Alonso kind of perks up his ears at this.
Yeah, just a bit.
How many do you have?
A handful.
How big of a handful? He just smiles.
A handful. And she does this while, like, squinting her eyes and shaking her head. Like, a lot. Enough.
So, Norrick, how about you, pal? What's going on with you? Your family, your goals, what's going on?
Oh, well, let's see. Well, most halflings, they tend to kind of stay around the community, and they grow up there, and they're just, everything's, it's all happy and the same thing every day, and it's just fine. It wasn't really my cup of tea, though. I ever since a young age, I wanted to know more. I wanted to see more, and that's that's what initially set me out. I don't know if even you, Rayeanne, quite know all of what happened.
Not really. I don't think you've really opened up about it.
Do you know? Well, okay, Alonso, you would not have seen, but the others probably would have seen. In that town, in Longbarrow. That was actually the town that I grew up in. It was difficult to see it in that state, but at least it seemed like
it looked like it would have been a peaceful place.
Yeah. Oh, it was very peaceful. It seemed like the everyone from town was okay. But did you notice on the doors there was
some paint, right? Or
there was
something?
Paint.
Purple
Yes.
paint.
It was purple paint, and it was writing, and the kobolds that Ash, you, and Rayeanne, and I, and Tirker, and Gavin, the ones that we were fighting against, they had purple garments on. This is, I fear, a thing from my past. I joined a monastery, as you probably figure. Most monks do. It's where you train. That's duh. And it was a very interesting monastery. We were gathering lots of information, lots of research on artifacts and books, and mostly, scrolls, books, artifacts type of things while doing our training. And it was thought to be in the abandoned lair of a copper dragon. I found out the unfortunate truth is that it was actually under the control of a different, much more malicious entity. I'm essentially haunted by a purple dragon.
Ew. That sounds lovely.
It is very, it's not good. So the monastery was running under the premise that it was serving good means, when behind the scenes it was actually a this purple dragon that it was weak, and it was very badly injured. It's missing an eye. Its wings were stubs. It was in very. It didn't look like it was the strongest of dragons. However, face to face with one, you would not think to even try to face it. It's very formidable. I believe, going by some of the writing that I've seen and what I've heard, I believe its name is Nexanus,
Hmm.
and it seems that it's making a move finally. It didn't have as much of a kobold following before. However, it seems to have rounded up quite an army now. 'Cause it's been some years since I left. And I think Nexanus is trying to regain the power that was taken from it earlier on in its life. But sorry, this one's so serious.
That sounds like a serious
No.
threat.
Yeah.
I mean, that should
At least
So-
I'm not the only one with big fish on my plate.
yeah, so this is the thing that hopefully, if we are lucky, we'll be able to avoid direct encounter with. I definitely hope to. The egg merchant. You all were there.
Mm-hmm.
well,
The
we'll hope
third
to-
egg was a dragon egg. And I have a fear, an ingrained fear of dragons. However, I feel that is what's going to be perhaps one day the end of me if I ever have to face this Nexanus.
So,
And
are,
I
ahead.
also meditated on these eggs very deeply, and I got a different type of feel from this one. It's
should-
something special, and that's why I accepted that
We should really be careful, though.
contract.
Remember in that dream what I was talking about? There
Your
was
dream?
a village that was on fire. So proceed with caution.
Absolutely.
Well, we're all just full of cheerfulness, aren't we?
Eh.
Yeah.
Speaking of cheerfulness, Sunshine, why do you go next?
Well, what do you want to know?
Family, life,
had
what you
one?
want here? Well, you had to be born,
Rand's gonna go
obviously.
woo and have like a high five.
He's totally gonna high five her.
Oh, that's cool.
We could start with something simple like, what's your skill set, and how do you think you can help this group?
Yeah, what
I
do you do?
dabble. I dabble in a little of a lot of things. I know a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know that I know them. You could sum it up very easily that way.
Why do you bounce around your words like that, man?
Rand's gonna, if there's a fort, she's gonna hold the fort. She's like, you're not a cultist, are you?
No. I would never stoop to something so crass as a cult. I am very religious, though. And he just smiles. It's slightly wicked.
Hmm.
Can I make an insight check?
What's your religion then?
Well, to be quite frank, I'm actually a cleric.
Claire.
Huh.
Huh.
Interesting.
No, well, you
So-
better not touch me. I hate people who heal me.
It's too bad for you.
You're not the religious type, but who do you serve?
Oh, there's a lot of gods, so,
That's
all
not
of
an answer.
Exactly. She holds the fork again.
Nilkis is going to give him like a look. I don't know if he can tell. But he's sort of gonna give a look that says, like, you don't have to tell the truth.
he's just gonna kind of smile. And, well, there are a lot of gods and they all exist. And, well, I've sort of bounced around a bit, as Lilkus so gracefully expresses it, This god, that god, It's not as if I am what you might call a very high-level cleric. I'm not... I'm not one of your churchy types. It's sort of a correspondence course cleric, if you will. Weddings and so forth.
So you do
What
that
about-
Healy stuff? Oh, sorry, Christy.
Yeah.
I do
Continue.
a little bit of that Healy stuff.
Hmm. So how's your turns with Tangle?
Who? He just
You're a
smiles.
cleric.
Well, he's an old god, isn't he?
From what I've heard.
I mean, to be honest, I specialize more in newer gods because they're the ones that are popular.
Can
You
I
guys
roll
wanna fill
insight
us
on
in
him?
What the hell you guys are
Yes.
talking about?
I mean, if Alonzo is hiding something,
Oh!
he can totally give me a secret deception check if you are hiding something.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Oh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So, Alonzo, what's your tell here when they mention Tangle?
I unconsciously look to the corner of my eye where Tangle usually pops up.
Okay. And Rant, you probably recognize that immediately.
She's just gonna slam, like, her arms on the table. I knew it!
And he's just gonna smile so big.
Hmm.
Oh shit, guys, he has clerics.
You guys want to fill us in on this whole spider thing? It sounds like you guys are talking about spiders or something.
Yes, we're talking about spiders, Nilkis. There's a spider god.
Well, I mean, there could be. You guys have weird religions.
Not
and anything would happen.
exactly.
All right. So there's this, of what I know, there's this this old god called Tangle, who he kind of pokes his head into things, and he does some things that perhaps have malicious effects. Could seem interesting or perhaps fun at the time. He is the one responsible for convincing Rayeanne to, okay, not poison, but quote unquote spice up the water of everybody from my village to cause them to all start arguing and fighting and going at each other's throats practically. And
I didn't kill anyone.
you didn't. I'm very glad that didn't happen. However, it was not far off from happening. So
It
from
would've
what
been
I
fun
know,
for
things
Red
that Tangle gets involved in often have some negative side effects, and you best beware.
Well, a cleric is hardly responsible for his god. It's not as if I tell him what to do.
But what do
No,
you
he
do when you're
often
told what
knows
to do?
what to do, though. From what little
I'm a
experience.
correspondence course cleric. Tangle doesn't tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing useful. I have dreams, but I mean, everyone dreams, don't they?
Tell your Tangle I think he's a lazy jerk, like all the other gods. He just
I'll
like
pass
laughs.
that on for you. And
He what?
he smiles with kind of faux sweetness.
I will have to say, Nilkus, it's kind of creepy seeing him.
No, I'm not scared
Oh,
of
you've never
anything.
seen him.
I've seen him. Well, maybe not his face.
No, excuse me. Sorry. It's a theological joke.
Well, seems like we have some perhaps disagreement on this, but
The soup is delicious, though.
I'm glad.
Thank
And if
you.
any of you ever need a wedding on short notice, you know who to come to.
I'll keep that in mind.
I have my certificate.
Talk about a tangled relationship, though.
I don't really have a relationship with
It was a
anyone, but
pun. Just a pun.
Ah,
You guys are weird.
who isn't?
What about you, Nilkus?
Huh? No, my story's kind of boring.
You made
This
us.
was your idea, Nilkus. Spill, as they say.
Fine. My family sucks. My sister's in jail, and I'm from a group called the Crimson Vipers, and I specialize in assassination and torture. There you go. You have.
No. First of all, how did your sister end up in jail? Second, what are the Crimson Vipers? And in which way does your parents just really bite?
My parents wanted to sell me off to some sort of human trafficking, so I ran away, left my sister there. Later on,
Oh.
I caught up with a gang, and they took me in after seeing what I could do. After
Hmm.
that, my sister got caught, killing somebody, apparently. And he just grins.
Oh.
Not my problem. He just, laughs.
That's rough.
Well, that
No,
was
not really.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should have ended with Ash.
Hey Ash, you can also give me a history check on the Crimson Vipers.
Just normal roll.
Just a normal roll. Oh, actually, yeah, 18. Uh-oh, Nilkus. They, so, both of you recognize, both Alonzo and Ash recognize the name, the Crimson Vipers. You know that they are assassins and mercenaries. They are quite dangerous. And, they may dabble in helping slavers every once in a while, and also magical terrorists, and they're generally not looked well upon in society, of anyone's society. Actually, quite frankly, if you turned in Nilkus with this title on his head, you'd probably get a lot of gold.
This isn't the first time I've had dinner with a former terrorist.
Ash's face kind of hardens, and he just kind of stares at Nilkus and is like, "That's not a good group to be mixed up in."
It was my home, and I had nowhere else to go. What do you want?
Are you still loyal to this group?
No, didn't you hear me when I found out Rayeanne was a bounty? I'd go back to them. I'm losing my eye or my fingers. I'm already screwed.
Sorry.
I should have checked.
Well, you're amongst misfits now, so
I think I'd say you upgraded as far as groups go.
Well, I'm definitely gonna turn a new leaf, especially after hearing your story, Ash. Besides, you seem a lot stronger than they are. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm down with killing all the slavers. He sort of kicks back in his chair and
Ash will raise a cup. Cheers to that.
And Alonso quietly raises his cup as well.
Hey Nilkus.
Yeah.
if you are lying, please give me a whispered deception. That's only if.
And I'm totally gonna roll insight just in case.
Okay, Nilkis, you're doing such a bad job at lying.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. He feels very awkward.
Yeah, I mean, hey Ash, you can do an insight roll too if you really want.
Do I want to?
It's up to you.
Go
Like,
for
it
it.
would.
Oh, it was bad.
Go for
That
it.
was better than what Nilkis rolled,
Yeah.
though. So
It's enough.
it's enough to cause suspicion. I mean, everyone who's okay. Alonzo can see a liar for what a liar is. So we're gonna actually stop here with the totally Nilkis is lying about, leaving the Crimson Vipers behind, and he's done with that, and you guys are so much cooler. Of course, which part he's actually lying about, that's kind of the secret, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, I might have said you guys were lame. Ah!
That's the
Yeah, it
lie
could
that
be
I'll take.
multiple things. Like, there's so many things that he could be telling the truth about, and so many things that he could be lying about that it's like,
Yeah. He might
He's not being genuine.
he might even be lying about losing his fingers and toes. Who knows? Well, that's all we have for tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed this. And let's say goodbye.
I'm Ammon. I was playing Ash, the Fire Genasi Eldritch Knight tonight. You can find me on Twitter at D&D Geologist. Come hang out.
And I'm Guy. I've been playing Norrick Valtspur, the Halfling Monk. You can catch me on Twitter at Guy Who Can't Sing, or I have a small YouTube channel, That Guy Who Can't Sing, all smushed together into one word, no apostrophe. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. See you next time.
I'm Luke Skytrekker, and I have been playing Alonzo Whitmire, the mysterious cleric multiclass. I'm not really active as much on Twitter anymore, but I am working on some stuff, so watch this space.
And I am Phoenix, and I'm playing Nilkis, the Tiefling Fighter. I am on Cerelia Fallen on Twitter, and I do a lot of Swordfall art and stuff, so check that out.
And I'm Bear and Butterfly. You can find me on Twitter at BRYRDM Butterfly, or YouTube, which is just Bear and Butterfly. I post videos usually every week. And yeah, and also I do art. So yeah.
And I'll learn how to unmute myself at some point. I am Paul. I am the DM of Tales of Swordfall and some other things that we run here. If you're not already following us on social media, go check out our Twitter account. We are super active on Twitter, and we're at Swordfall D&D. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you to all our Anchor listeners. We're on Anchor at anchor.fm/swordfalldnd. Also, to our new listeners on iTunes, hey, welcome! I hope you like this episode of our Purple group. We also post content for the other group, the Blue group. And if you look throughout our channel, we have stuff for the Purple group, the Blue group. We also do short shots. And we're trying to start up some other cool little projects for your listening pleasure. Also, if you want to find the full catalog of the Purple Group, unfortunately we don't have it on our podcast sites, but on our YouTube channel, we do have all the videos plus some live content that we do stream once in a while. And you can find us on YouTube youtube.com/Tales of Swordfall. And if you appreciated what you just heard, please subscribe to us wherever you can. Give us a like, give us a comment, or on iTunes, give us a review. We like reviews. And
Reviews are shiny.
oh yeah, definitely. We love to hear from our people, and or just people in general. We're very lovely. What can I say? Where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, share this, like this, comment, review, give us a thumbs up or whatever. Just interact with us. Also, for those who are listening this far down, we also have a Discord. And
We do.
oh yeah. And if you look,
So fancy.
it's so fancy and so awesome, and rerun one shots and things that you can listen to every once in a while. Like, we literally love our fans, love them so much that we even play with them sometimes. Like Malakar in what, Stories of Kyoki? That thing? Yeah, that was a fan of Discord. Hurrah! So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, find us, share us, love us, and whatever time of day it is, I hope you're having a nice one. Goodbye!
Goodbye. Don't touch weird things.
Yay!
Except the subscribe button.
Oh,
It's not for
always,
yourself.
always touch that.
Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall.
Please consider listening to these podcasts.
Hello, folks. JP Winterbottom here to tell you about The Beholder's Eye, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons narrative-focused actual play podcast about a group of private investigators in a fantasy noir setting with eldritch horror undertones. You can find The Beholder's Eye every other Friday on iTunes, SoundCloud, or anywhere podcasts are found.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.